Hello and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Wednesday, July 23rd edition of our video devotionals. We appreciate you being with us today. I hope your Wednesday's going well. It is the middle part of the work week. It is what we call Wisdom Wednesday. So we're going to be in the book of Proverbs today, chapter 31, verses 8 and 9, if you want to be finding that. And then, of course, it's Wednesday evening church time for many of us. Be in your places, if at all possible. And I'm not talking about our church alone. I'm talking about any church. If you listen to this, then support that Wednesday evening church service or that midweek service. If it's on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whenever it is. Support when your church is open. That's biblical. You're always going to get something from it. You're always able to give in that situation, and I think that's very important. All right, so let me just say thank you for all who watch the videos. Thank you for all acknowledgments, any comments, anything at all. We appreciate you, and I mean that as I see them. And of course, there's people that's been listening to these from literally from day one. I mean, going all the way back to April the 1st, 2020. So I'm kind of amazed here we are 6 years into it, and yet, we continue to do it. And if there's people that will watch and will help them, then so be it. Certainly not a replacement for church or any service, any pastor, anything like that. It's just like a little nugget you can pick up, and that's what we're trying to do here. All right, so let's go to Proverbs 31, verses 8 and 9. Verse 8 says this: "Open thy mouth for the dumb in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction." Verse 9, "Open thy mouth for the judge righteously and plead the cause of the poor and needy." So it mentions the poor, the needy, and the dumb. People that are the least in society as people would judge people that way. Someone that if they stood before the magistrate, the judge, the king, and said, I don't have anything to give you. If I had something to give you, would you show me mercy? You say, well, that's not really the way it's supposed to work. I know that. But in the world we live in, if you've got means and power and all of that, I hate to use the term, you can swap justice for benefits. And of course it's not right. We understand that. But in this case, here is the king speaking to a son who would be a future king, supreme authority. And he says, stand up for the little guy, so to speak. Stand up for those that no one will stand up for them, not for someone maybe that no one cares, someone who can't give you something in return. It says, stand up for those people. And it says, open thy mouth. Don't be silent on it. One of the problems of society that we have is the silence where there should be something that's spoken. And I'm not talking about every time you see something wrong, because I'm very much sometimes disturbed by the social media, and particularly Christians who just go on and on and on and attack and get in those situations. So, but there's a lot of people who say nothing about anything, and in places where you can, and you have the authority or you have the place to. And that's the important thing to know here. You have the place to. So when you take someone like the king, a judge, a magistrate that has authority to make a decision, and the decision needs to be made, then speak up for the people, especially that no one would stand up for, especially someone that would take advantage of. In the New Testament, and of course the Old Testament, but in both cases there would be widows that would be taken advantage of. Why? They don't have a man or someone to stand on behalf of them, and someone who would take advantage of them and will do that because they can, and because no one will stand up for them. So in this case, practically speaking, for all of us, especially if you're in a position to be able to do this, then open your mouth, stand up for stand up for injustice, stand up for things that are not, stand up for people that need someone to stand up for them. Aren't we glad that Jesus stood up for us? Aren't we glad that he's our advocate? He's the one that stands up on behalf of a holy and righteous Father. His Father, I have died for these people. They have put their trust in me. Their dependence is upon me for their salvation and for the erasure of their sin debt, to be in the family of God. Aren't we glad that Jesus stood up for us? Of course we are, because we really didn't have a voice. We were rightfully guilty. But I'm glad in principle God says, I'm gonna come out there to you. I'm going to extend my hand to you and help you. So in this verse right here, where you have the position, the authority, whatever it might be, then stand up, open your mouth for people that need someone to stand in and on their behalf. Okay? All right, we're going to stop right there. Hope you have a great day, safe day, healthy day, Lord willing. We'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to be finishing up the book of Psalms on Thursday and Friday, and that'll be the last of that. Then, of course, we'll go right into the next book. But otherwise, thank you for watching again, and have a great day.